Let's take you to this story now. Sentencing proceedings in the case of the infamous Glebelands 8 will continue today. The hitmen were convicted for offences that included charges of murder and attempted murder at the Glebelands hostel in Umlazi. One of those convicted is a former police officer. Ian says Lethiwe Mdluli is at the Pietermaritzburg High Court and joins us with the very latest. Good morning, Lethiwe. So on Monday when we spoke, it was ahead of the start of the sentencing proceedings. Today we expect the judge to hand down the sentence. What were some of the arguments brought forward in the mitigation of sentencing?
Well, Mfundo, on Monday we heard from the advocates that are representing some of the accused, and they were arguing whether these men should get a maximum sentence or the judge should consider the fact that they've been in jail or in custody rather for the past 5 years. This trial has been a lengthy one. There's been some disruptions in terms of this trial. You'd remember that in 2020 it had to be postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the judges, or maybe should I say the advocates, were saying that the judge should look into the time that these accused men have faced. You'd remember that between the years of 2014 and 2016, it is alleged, or the court did find rather, that these men committed various crimes, including murder and attempted murder. And as you correctly said, Mfundo, one of the accused is a former police officer, and he is accused number 1, and he is said to have been the leader of the gang. And we do understand that the reason why they committed these crimes was so that they can take control of the Glebelands hostel. But today we are expecting for Judge Mdluli to hand over, or to give a judgment on how much time these men will be facing in jail. But right now I'm actually joined by NPA spokesperson Natasha Kara. I want to bring her in and just talk to her about the trial that we've been basically covering since 2018. Natasha, thank you so much for joining us. Take us through some of the most important things that we've heard from this trial since the year of 2018.
As you rightfully said, the trial started in 2018, and in October last year was when the court found them guilty. So in October last year, all 8 of them were convicted, and they were convicted of various counts of murder, attempted murder, unlawful possession of a prohibited firearm, as well as unlawful possession of ammunition. So we're at the state today where we are waiting for 11 o'clock when the judge will come through and hand down the sentencing, and they will be rightfully sentenced.
We've heard from the state advocate Dorian Paver, saying that he's looking to for a maximum sentence, basically. But there are some of the accused that are not facing murder charges, including accused number 1, who's a former police officer, and also accused number 5, who we believe is a former SANDF member. Those 2 are said to not be facing murder charges, but they've only been convicted on conspiracy to commit murder. And the advocates on Monday, they did argue that they are basically asking for the judge to give them a minimum of 8 years. What is the state saying about this?
Well, that indeed was the state's argument, but inevitably we will rely on the judge to pass the sentence according to the evidence that was found and according to the arguments put before him. So we will wait to hear what the judge has to say.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Mfundo, that's basically what we're expecting for today. We do understand that court proceedings will start at 11, and Judge Mdluli will then give out the sentence. But as the NPA said, the state is hoping that the judge will give most of the men that are facing murder charges the maximum sentence.